made to believe, which leads to a lot of women fucking up relationships and sabotaging shit because it doesn't come in a pretty little package that Disney wrote for them, or that the romantic comedies showed them in the last Julia Roberts joint.
I wish my life was a romantic comedy all the time. Like
ding, 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 ding. Why? You hear that shit?
Well,
it's a woman right on my left. I just said it. Said it. I ain't say you single. I said they base their lives and their love off of what they see in Disney and romantic comedies.
I never negated
romantic rom-coms. It's ridiculous.
Oh
when you become a teenager, what happens? They add a little bit to it.
It's so delightful.
It's boy meets girl.
And it's just like, why can't life be like that where the guy
because that's not realistic
so much, and then like he fucks it up, but then he comes and he makes some grand gesture and he makes it better, and then you get married and live happily ever after.
That is so fucking unrealistic. Like, oh, you're serious?
I wish
she was serious as a fucking heart attack, Diamond. Look at this shit. And there's so many of y'all women out here that think like that.
Guys don't think like that.
We definitely don't.
I don't even think gay guys think like that.
You're not supposed to, because it's not realistic. How many times have you argued with your boyfriend this week? Exactly. Thank you.
Well, actually,
how many times do they argue in these Disney movies?
Don't get me fucked up.
They should.
I'm not that girl that is argumentative. I
didn't say you were.
I said no.
Didn't say you were.
Because I don't.
Didn't say you were.
The arguments that get started in my relationship
doesn't matter. They arguments.
Okay.
Do they exist in your relationship?
I feel like you're trying
yes or no.
I feel like you're trying to make me out to be one of those combative girls.
I have not at all. I just want to know if you argue. I'm going to.
He got a point.
I have a point. Do you argue in your relationship? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do they argue in Disney movies?
Yes. Well, not Disney. I don't know about that. I'm
no, they don't. In rom-coms,
comedies, do they argue?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, and
there's always
conflict. Romantic comedies are so formulaic.
There's like a
you know what's coming. There's a breakup, and then above all else, he does this, that, and the third, and that proves that he loves her. Blah blah blah.
Or vice versa. Sometimes the woman makes the love.
So my first point is your love is fantasy. You are so obsessed with things coming up in these little pretty packages that how they taught you how it's supposed to do it. That when you're confused about what actual love is. Like how many people's parents, like I wanted to touch on Brad and Angelina Jolie, right? They just broke up. She filed for divorce, right? Now a lot of women out there like, oh, that's what she get. That's how she got him. That's how she gonna lose him. Blah blah blah. She was so dumb. She wasted her time. And I'm like, did she really? He's Brad fucking Pitt.
She left him.
He's Brad fucking Pitt. It probably was the best years of her fucking life. They got like 57 kids together. They made like $1 billion fucking together. Like, I'm pretty sure the short amount of years that she spent with Brad Pitt probably equal up to like these 60 years with some people. Like, I'm pretty sure she's good. I'd rather her have done that and realize, you know what, this ain't for me, than stay in that fucking relationship and be miserable forever. I'd rather that. But that's realistic, right? And people look at that and they see it like it's a bad thing that their relationship didn't last happily ever after.
At the end of the day, as we discussed earlier,
I think it's a bad thing.
Things grow.
I think it's a bad thing.
I do. I don't agree with divorce.
Because my thing is that he was with Jennifer, Aniston or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's who he was with. He chose to dip off with Shorty, right? Okay, cool. She dipped off with Shorty. Now, had she got with somebody who was really emotionally available, she probably would still be with the person. You know what I'm saying?
Weren't they together for 10 years?
Together like 14.
Okay. Who cares? They got together in like 04. Okay, they started dating like 04. All right, you got the average person going to live what 70 years? So they was together 10 years. Maybe she got with the right person. They'd have been together 50 years. So every 10 years, you're just supposed to switch up and get married to somebody else? That's not the way this shit's supposed to be done.
No, it's not the way it's supposed to work.
You're supposed to get married one time.
Yeah.
I agree.
And it's just like You ever get something to eat? You hungry, right? You eat something, then you like, I shouldn't have ate that. I should have went and got some real food.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She should have went and got some real fucking food.
I don't know. I think their relationship was okay. I think they probably at some point the stresses on their outside lives, adding to all them 50-11 kids.
I think they was full of shit.
They may
all
have
the
been.
kid going to Africa, getting kids and doing dumb shit was just a distraction from a fucked up relationship.
Probably.
And if they ain't do all the dumb shit, they'd have been broke up in 2 years.
I heard he doesn't
their
even
relationship.
bathe. How could they have a good relationship and he doesn't believe in bathing?
Who told you that?
I do random research at times, as you know.
And then everything you read on the internet is not the truth.
I read multiple sources.
It ain't. Everything you read on the internet ain't the truth.
Multiple sources. If 15,
that's all on IG. It's true.
I'm not even.
If 15 people report the same thing,
I don't even want to feed into
15 people say black people is inferior.
Can I move on?
115 people said it. That don't mean that it's true.
Can I move on?
did research on what celebrities smell bad.
Can I move on, please? I don't want to talk about smelly celebrities.
He's on every list.
Who else is on the list?
Oh God, fucking Matthew McConaughey.
Who's
Pink.
that?
What?
Oh my God.
Who's Matthew McConaughey? What he's a movie star? What movie was that?
You ever seen Wolf on Wall Street?
Oh yeah. Okay.
On his chest, yeah.
Oh yeah, I never knew his name.
Say Ed TV and all
okay.
This shit. But
Pink.
Yeah, Pink. Someone said she smells horrible. Someone said Serena.
She looked like she
smelled
smelled like Marlboro. And Serena looked like she don't smell.
Is an athlete.
Yeah, I mean Britney Spears
take a lot of
smells like
supplements and shit.
And like
she's a white girl.
I don't want. Can I move on? I got some points to get to.
I know, but Brad Pitt has gone on record saying that he doesn't shower every day to preserve water. He showers twice a week, if that, and he uses wipes in the interim. So he's rocking.
Hashtag why people. So moving back to where we were. A lot of guys, a lot of women are wondering why a guy will stay with them, fuck them, lay up with them, move in with them, have babies with them, do all these different things in the third, right? And she's not good enough to be married to him, or she's not good enough to be serious, right? And let me tell you right now, your overthirst for love is transparent as fuck. We can see that shit. We read you like a book. We know a motherfucking chick who's so thirsty to be loved that she will do this, that, and the third, and over submit and do all this other shit. And did that? They overcommit and they over submit. Overcommit and they over submit. Like they start acting like a wife. They start treating the man like a husband, and he don't even respect her enough to like take her out. Yeah, I mean, like you ain't even met his family. And even if you have met his family, you ain't even liked by the family, but you still out this motherfucker like doing this, that, and the third for him. And he knows it's early in a relationship. Nigga, he know that all you want is to be loved. You want to feel what they feel in those rom-coms, in those Disney movies. You want to feel like the princess and happily ever after. That shit ain't cool. Stop being so fucking thirsty. God damn.
Designer is hilarious.
Designer is on the television. He's distracting Diamond. I'm sorry. He's having a seizure or some shit over here.
Per usual.
But that's my jam. But what about do you feel like if somebody loves you that you should come first?
No, not necessarily. If they have kids, the kid always comes first.
What if they don't have children?
If they don't have children,
is children the only thing that should be prioritized over you?
Essentially, because if it's in your house, like I'm a part of your house. I'm your girlfriend. If we're here together, like we're together long term, we're in a real life.
I ain't saying nothing about living together.
No, I said we're in a long term relationship. Regardless, we become a unit.
So you should be the number one priority.
Not saying that,
that's
but
what
over
I asked.
other people, like over who? Like you need to be more specific.
She could just come first over everything.
No, because there's work.
Mhm.
I mean, there's all kind of shit that's important
Over
too.
friends,
Not necessarily.
personal, hobbies.
No, not necessarily. I just
Okay.
feel like,
So you wouldn't be first.
I mean, I don't know. I don't rock like that, so it's hard for me to answer that question. Logically, I'm looking at it like in a situation where a man and a female are in a long-term situation,
Mhm.
they each should come first in each other's lives outside of children or work.
But
or
is that
maybe
really realistic?
emergencies?
Though? That's a lot of things that come before that, so it's not really realistic for you to come first, right? Because there's chicks out here that really wild out. If like I've seen guys get wild out because they want to because he want to go away for the weekend,
No, my boyfriend
even though they stay
me.
together.
My
You know what I
boyfriend
mean?
has gone away without me multiple times.
Yeah,
And I don't trip. I mean, do I miss him and I get a little sappy about it? Sure.
That's understandable.
But I don't get upset. I just
But it's a
sappy.
lot of women don't feel like a man loves them if they don't come first. If they don't place them first
See,
in their
I
life.
just can't.
How dare you go out with your boys instead of staying in with me?
No, I actually think those kind of bitches are stupid. I can't relate because at the end of the day, like I see where you're going with it. That's why I'm like, it's hard for me to answer that question. Because in regards to coming first, I'm thinking big time stuff. Like I'm not thinking little on the small scale because that to me shouldn't even be a fucking question. Like you still have to have your own life. You still got to be able to move how you want to move.
You have to have your own life. That is paramount. And we don't mean like you ain't got to go out. Your life is being his girlfriend.
You don't have to go out every night, but you still need to have
you ain't gotta
life.
you ain't gotta be in a club or a lounge or at happy hour every day, none of that shit. But you should get yourself a hobby. Get yourself some friends of your own. Yeah, I mean, get yourself a separate life outside of him. So when he's out living his life, being busy, you're not one worried about what he's doing or where he is or who he's with. You're too occupied living your own life so that you have the opportunity to miss that person and you're not 24/7 his girlfriend.
I'm not keen on that piece of it. I don't believe having your own life should be conducive to that whole wanting to miss somebody because I personally I don't believe that philosophy to be productive because when I'm with someone, I want to be with you. Doesn't mean I have to be with you 24/7, but I want to at least end the night with you every night. And
every night?
I don't like to sleep alone. And if I'm in a relationship, why do I have to be subjected to that shit? I don't sleep well when I sleep alone. I want to at least end the night. I'm not saying that we got to spend 4 hours, but can we at least sleep together? If we're together, I don't see why that is hard to do. But at any rate, I don't feel I hate the feeling of missing someone. I feel like it's one of the worst feelings in the world to miss someone, to not be able to attain the space you want to be in around another human being. That fucking sucks. So why would I facilitate that unnecessarily when you're here and you're available just like I am? We can do things together. There are plenty of couples out here that are best friends. They're friends. So they enjoy each other's company. They want to do shit like run errands together and whatever. You know, it's just that missing each other shit is bullshit to me. And I feel like it just fosters space for other issues to come in. It's just, I don't like that shit.
Oh, well.
I feel like that's just for dating and just talking to somebody. That's just for talking. That's not for a relationship. And if we're talking about love, that means we're talking about relationships. And you shouldn't be trying to foster that whole let me miss you climate in a relationship.
Well, that's not what I meant, but I didn't mean
I'm sorry,
to
I went
use
on a tangent about it.
I didn't want you. I didn't mean that you use that as a tool to aid in missing in your relationship. I mean that you should give yourself space and time to do that because it is necessary because relationships, especially long-term relationships, and this idea of monogamy being like in a monogamous relationship, it's very unrealistic to think that a person would never desire space from another person. It's very unrealistic.
Absolutely.
It's very unrealistic.
But you shouldn't feel like you need so much space to the point of getting to miss me.
Why can't you? Why can't you feel smothered?
What does that have to do with feeling smothered? Why
because you would need you would need space. That's one reason you would want space, right?
This is the problem with the male mentality. It's like you equate closeness with smothering.
No,
just because we're spending time together doesn't mean you're being smothered. And then
I agree.
Just because I don't want to get to a point where I miss you, meaning I want to see you frequently enough to I don't miss the beat of being around you. That doesn't mean I'm smothering you because we're together. Too. Like I'm not saying we gotta spend every second of every hour together, but if we have free time, it's a part of that day together. At least a part. I want to go do shit on my own too, of course. But at the same time, I'm with you. I love being around you. That's why I'm with you. I should have time to be around you.
Daily.
You feel like people should frequently. If it can't be daily, I want to see you frequently.
Frequently is understandable, but I feel like daily is. I mean,
daily is very possible.
It couldn't work in my. I don't think it could work in my particular life, just because. I mean, I would want somebody to have a life. Yeah, I mean, just
so. Wait, why do you feel like seeing someone daily equates to not having a life?
Because y'all like.
Do you think you're gonna spend the entire day with this person every single day?
Nah, yo, I just feel like people have busy lives. You know what I mean, like
So you can't pass through and say hi to someone for 10 minutes? That's seeing someone.
If you don't live on the same side of town, or maybe not even in the same city, yeah.
All right, we're not talking about long distance relationships.
I ain't talking about long distance. I'm just saying if you don't live in the same side of town, or if somebody lives in, I don't know, PG and you live here, that's only like a half an hour. A half an hour drive is long distance. It's a half an hour drive from here to your house.
PG is 45 minutes away minimum.
That is from the east side to the west side of Baltimore. So if somebody lives on the west side of Baltimore and you live on the east side of Baltimore, that's a long distance relationship.
It's
not. It's not at all. It's like you may not drive on that side if you have a long day at work. Yeah, I mean, like I don't know. I don't feel like I don't feel like you need to have that many relationship. It can.
I dated a girl from the east side. They lived on the east side for several years.
If you can't easily get to somebody, it was that shit is long distance.
We always dreaded the other one driving to, you know what I
mean? Yeah, late night you may not want to do it. I can understand like you getting in a routine and you wanting to be around a person, but I don't equate closeness with smothering. What I do equate with smothering is that need to be around and expressing that need or pressing that need on the person.
It should never be a need; it's a want.
It's a want. Okay, expressing that want on the other on your partner in a way that forces a rift. Like if a partner, and I'm not saying that it causes that. What I'm saying is if that partner in a nutshell wants space, that could be one of the things that leads to it. Which leads to the next point. Does crazy mean love?
No.
Like if you're crazy, that means you're in love with a person.
Fuck no. That shit.
What about you, Diamond? You like crazy bitches? That means she love you if she crazy. That's the only way you know.
I do not like crazy bitches. However, I have dated a lot of crazy bitches.
Define crazy. Give me a couple of bulleted examples of crazy.
Give us some crazy examples,
Here's the bad part, though. Crazy bitches have good sex.
That's what everybody says.
Have the best sex.
But
it's because they lack
all crazy.
It's because they lack the mental capacity to keep their mind together. So because your mind is fucked up, your pussy power is at an all-time high to keep a man.
Now here's what one of the craziest
it's natural selection
I've ever dated said to me.
It's natural selection.
Because all guys call crazy girls crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We say, girl, you crazy. That girl crazy.
We'll I got called crazy last night.
Because you probably was crazy.
I wasn't.
She was, and this girl said to me,
"That's a crazy motherfucker right there."
Men do make women.
No, you do not.
That means you have no control.
You have no control over your brain.
No, here's the thing. And I actually had this conversation with someone earlier today.
When he called you crazy, what did you say?
You the crazy one.
Okay, you try to flip the mirror.
He is the crazy one. But anyway, I had this conversation earlier, and I feel like every woman has the potential to be crazy. By all means, we have that crazy shit within us because we're emotional beings. Okay? So, listen, we're not watching the awards.
Mhm.
So, you know, it's in us because we're emotional beings.
Right.
Men push buttons that
Women push buttons.
Listen, we're not talking about that. We're talking about why women are crazy, right? All right. So men push buttons that take us to places we never recognized before until those buttons are
Can I
pushed.
ask a question? Are we pushing buttons or are we behaving normally in everything that you're analyzing because you're trained to overanalyze?
For men is not normal for
exactly
us.
because
So
you're trained to overanalyze and prune the
you can't
relationship.
call it normal then. It's what you guys.
It's our normal behavior.
All right, and it's our normal behavior to be emotional creatures.
Yeah, but you should be able to be in control of those emotions and not go crazy.
Okay. So again, this is why I asked you to define crazy,
Mhm.
because if I'm trying to discuss this, I can only speak from where I relate. I'm not one of those stupid, crazy, dumbass bitches that fly off the handle about dumbass, ridiculous shit.
Okay.
So I don't know
what's
you're
crazy to
about.
you then. Define your crazy, because we could be talking about the same crazy. What's crazy to you? Because you're speaking from some point. So what's crazy to you?
I'm speaking from a point of not being what you're describing.
Okay. So what are you describing?
I don't have something to describe.
You don't have a crazy example? You don't have no crazy friends?
No, not really, because none of my friends are necessarily.
Never had any crazy friends?
So, all right.
Do you have a crazy example or no? Or do you need one of mine? Because I got plenty.
All right. So a crazy example, I guess, for me, when I get angry, sometimes I get like really angry and I'll just like all my emotions will bubble over and I'll like start to cry and express and I start crying and no, I mean like in a relationship. I start crying and like expressing everything that's bothering me at once and I just freak out.
That's not crazy.
That's not necessarily crazy.
He thinks that's crazy.
That's kind of emotionally imbalanced.
Yeah.
But just the outpour of your emotion is not crazy.
That's just not handling conflict properly.
Well,
that's
no,
all that
it takes me a long time to get. It takes a lot to get me.
You holding on to shit and finally boiling over.
What is it in women? This is the crazy women that makes them want to destroy your clothes.
Yeah,
what is it? Like what is it? Like as guys,
they start tearing up your
as
shit.
Guys, we'll be like, oh, she did this. You know what? I'm getting these dresses. Like we don't. That doesn't cross our mind.
It's never crossed my mind.
We just leave.
Okay, it crosses.
Or we cheat.
We
just leave or go fuck somebody else. Like why you couldn't do that shit?
Most women's mind.
Just leave it.
Why though?
Don't tear my shit up.
I've gotten so mad twice that I like hit him before.
Okay, that's a normal human.
No, but it's like I would feel like it kind of happened recently, and I felt real crazy on my ride home. Like, what have I become? Like, who am I? Like, I don't.
You lost control of your goddamn emotions.
And I felt really bad.
So ran him off.
Oh my god, I was so fucking mad.
If you'd have ran him off.
That's it.
If you would have ran him off, right?
All right, Peso just gave me the answer to why women destroy clothes. Because they don't want you to look good for somebody else. That's it.
Y'all bitches is ridiculous. God damn.
That is crazy.
That is some fucking crazy shit.
I've never.
That is some crazy fucking shit.
Have you had your clothes destroyed before?
Yeah.
Any clothes destroyed before?
Yeah, I had gifts destroyed from. She found out it was from another woman or whatever. Let me rock for a while. When she got mad, she tore the shit up.
Yo, I've had my whole wardrobe.
I've had my closet destroyed, but she ain't cut up no clothes. She just tore the shit down.
What
just
you
threw
mean?
it everywhere. Like she just pulled the fucking. She just disheveled the fuck out of it. Like she pulled the fucking the bar off the goddamn closet door and shit. And just fucking literally. She threw some shit all over the clothes.
Hey,
that stained them or
working
whatever.
at this property, the property I
that
was
shit was stupid. I was mad as fuck.
No, when I was a leasing consultant at the property I was at before I was working where I'm at now, there was this one dude that his girl ruined like hella shit. She bleached a lot of his shit. She poured milk all over his bed. She poured shit on his laptop. Yeah. So his whole room was sour.
So you do know
you gotta pour milk all over
this goes back to what
you
said in the beginning about women. And men we don't do this like this. Women got this shit from TV.
Yeah.
This is some waiting to exhale shit. This
Why
like
the fuck would you even do any of that shit? Like, yo, just leave the fucking, just leave the fucking relationship.
That was McMillan.
Terry McMillan.
We need to sue. We need to get a class action lawsuit
against Terry McMillan. I don't understand why you would do that shit, yo. Just leave the fucking relationship. You ain't got to get me back. Get me back by leaving. That's how you going. That's how you really hurt most niggas.
I probably leave. Like,
leave without no response. Just leave. Just don't tell them why you left. That's gonna fuck a nigga up.
Did that? If the woman just left, didn't say nothing, just left, the guys would be running behind you. No, wait. He was trying to explain.
That motherfucker is the one. You tearing up my shit ain't doing nothing but pissing me off and making me want to go back to the bitch that I was cheating with in the first fucking place. That's the shit that I need clothes. That shit don't do nothing. Right, yo, you mad about that shit. You don't want to go back to that person. So I got a couple more points. So a lot of women feel like it's not real love until she lets it go and it comes back.
Get the fuck out of here.
I've read that shit. Oh my gosh, I seen that.
They say that. Like if it's
real love, let it go. It'll come back. And they sit there and wait for this nigga to come back. Or they take them niggas that keep coming back or whatever. Well, but it's never a healthy relationship.
I've done that before. It wasn't that it wasn't unhealthy. He was just chasing a dream and it was putting everything else on the back burner. No, because when we were together, we were great. We were fine. It was just that he didn't have time to give me the attention that I needed at the time. And it wasn't. No.
That attention shit.
Listen.
That attention shit is the crazy shit.
Okay, listen. When I say attention, what I mean is literally not hearing from you at all for however many days until I hit you up.
What's how many days? Like 2 days?
2, 3, 4, 5.
2, 3, 4, or 5.
Is that crazy?
When you get crazy,
are you trying to contact him at this point and he's not responding?
Don't fall for that, yo. Don't fall for that.
Is he not returning calls?
Wait a minute. So you
turn a half day to 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh no, I'm dead ass.
Relationship where the guy,
even if it is though, I just need to know.
I am dead ass. 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Those are different occasions.
2 days is a problem.
So you mean to tell me it is too much?
I didn't say.
I'm going to say it's too much to just text someone what's up.
Did you?
Are you alive today?
Did you text him? Did you text him?
I would not get real responses from him. I would get one-word answers.
Did you get a response?
I would get.
Did you get a response? Yes or no?
What the fuck did I just say?
Yes or no?
Did I say that I was getting responses?
She got a response.
Yes.
So you hear the crazy coming up?
Okay.
It wasn't good enough.
So I'm crazy because I expect you to say more than 2 words to me?
Yeah.
No, you're crazy because you said because he would go 2, 3, 4, 5 days without contacting you. But yet
he wouldn't contact me. I had to contact him, and in those contacts, I only got a few words.
So at some level there was communication.
So I'm okay with that. Oh, okay.
I didn't say you had to be okay with it.
Yes, you are. That's what you're saying. You're saying that I'm crazy because I expected to actually be considered.
I think in the comment section they're gonna probably.
I said because you said that he didn't. I said because you didn't communicate. You just want to
keep talking over me and trying to contradict yourself and make me look like I'm crazy for saying that I expect someone to actually speak to me if you're with me. Are you kidding me right now?
Did he speak to you? I didn't say you had to accept it.
I swear to God, I will get up and walk the fuck out of here if you don't stop acting fucking stupid right now.
Oh my gosh, yo. You really that upset right now? If you this is part of what I'm saying. You just said 2, 3, 4, 5 days without speaking to a person, right? Yet in those 2, 3, 4, 5 days, you have had some kind of correspondence. I didn't say nothing about whether you had to like the correspondence. All I asked was, did you speak to the person? Yet you flew off and ran on the tangent about he had to be considerate. I ain't say nothing about being considerate. I asked, did you speak to the person? But you're
implying that I'm crazy because I expect more than 2-word answers.
I'm not implying that you're crazy because I specifically said you're crazy because you said that you didn't speak to this person during this span of time when you actually did speak to them, and what it really was is what you did speak to them. It wasn't enough.
So you classify having a conversation or speaking to somebody as them just answering you with 1-2 word answers?
I classify communication is 1 or 2 word answers, and also
Is that
communication.
communicating?
Wait.
Can
Communication.
you communicate?
Yes, you can.
the
Communication
fuck
is a
outta here.
2-way street, because if you're getting one or 2 word answers, you just need to ask better questions. I work with children who are mentally incapacitated, fucked up. They have communication issues all the time. When they answer me with 1 and 2 word answers, you know what I got to do? I got to come up with different ways to ask the question.
Well, guess what?
So
if you give me 1 and 2 word answers on the first 2 text messages, 2 text messages, whatever, why the fuck would I continue to keep trying? You
That's
clearly
on
don't want to
you.
talk. No, because if you clearly don't want to talk, who the fuck? What business am I to force someone to talk to me?
I
If
didn't
you're
say you got
acting,
to.
so what the
I just said you should want to. If you want to, if communication is important.
You just said if I wanted more,
if you want,
wanted
yes,
better answers,
if you
I
want
should have
better
rephrased
answers,
it. But
yes.
if someone doesn't want to fucking talk to me, we're grown ass fucking people.
It may not be they don't want to talk to you.
Get the fuck.
It may not be. It may not be they don't want to talk to you. It may be that maybe the motherfucker busy. Because I know for a fact, it's been a many a times. Just today, I was just sitting here getting ready, driving down here. I'm in the car and people are texting me and I'm answering 1 or 2 word questions or answers or whatever. And they're like, why are you being short? I'm driving. That's all. That's it. Or I'm busy working or something and I might pick up my phone. How many times you picked up your phone and just sat it back down because you looked at the message, sat it back down? I intend to answer that, but you didn't answer it or whatever. Like, that shit happens. That's realistic. Let's be realistic
daily
here.
all the time. No, it should not be that.
Hey, I didn't say it has to happen
okay,
daily
and that's
all the
what
time.
my example was.
I was
so
speaking very specific.
Example.
I am speaking to the example.
You're not.
You
If
said,
I
2, 3, 4, 5 days. 2, 3, 4, 5 days.
Well,
you
move
ain't
the
here.
fuck on, because clearly we talking in circles.
All right, we'll move the fuck on. We will move the fuck on. Moving the fuck on. There's a lot of women who believe that marriage is the only way that will solve a relationship's issues. That's the validation point. Is that true? Does marriage validate a relationship?
No.
Not if the relationship is not strong, marriage will not validate it. It will speed up the demise.
Can you say that again for us now?
If a relationship is not strong, marriage will speed up the demise.
Thank you. Because, like we say before, man, you gotta fucking vet them. You gotta vet your relationships properly. Take your time, ladies. Figure it out. Take time, fellas. Figure it out. You don't just don't just accept the ring because you've been with this person for 2-3 years and you feel like that's the next logical step to go. So, or because he been cheating or whatever. Now that he threw this ring out, that mean that he ain't doing it no more. Blah blah blah. Like, really pay attention to your relationships and think about this shit. Marriage is not the end answer. And
So if somebody's been dating for 10 years, do you feel as though the marriage thing has to happen, or can people just be in a committed relationship, monogamous relationship without being married?
I never feel like marriage has to happen. I never feel like marriage has to happen, no matter what goes on in a relationship. If that relationship works in all intents and purposes, if you've been vibing for 10 years, you had kids and all of that, this, that, and the third, the only reason you get married is to improve upon something. If it doesn't improve upon anything, there's no need to get married, because it's only going
so what's
make
the purpose of the
different.
marriage then?
The purpose in the marriage, to me, is to improve upon a relationship. If you and your partner come together and it increases your financial gain, or your economical position, then sure. Because I believe the marriage is a business decision above all else, especially in America, Americanized marriage at least. It's a business decision. You can't just be tying your shit together.
That you shouldn't marry for love then?
No, not just for love. No, not at all. People fall in love and fall out of love, and as we saw, they misconstrue what love is all the time. People think lust is love all the time. You be with people like a year, 2 years or whatever, and they feel like they're in love enough to get married. You know what I mean? And because people don't really take seriously how permanent marriage can be. It's forever. You're committing to being with this person for the rest of your life,
which is another reason.
So many people
love them.
Yeah. I didn't say you don't be. I said it shouldn't be
I
the
don't think
sole
should-
reason.
I don't think it
Said it
and I
shouldn't
don't
be the
think
sole
business
reason.
should be sold because business is up and down.
I ain't say that should be sold
market
either.
Fluctuates.
I ain't say that should be sold either. I just think that should be a major point, and that should be one of the main reasons. If you're already in love, the only thing that marriage is actually doing, besides validating that love, is linking your names together. I mean,
It's all symbolic and it all means something.
it's all symbolic. Yeah, symbolic is nice, but it ain't enough for me to risk that 1 and 2.
So that does not make it a general state of view or.
Have you been engaged before?
Have I been engaged before? No, almost.
Clearly not.
Almost.
You almost proposed and you changed your mind.
Yeah.
The stock market crashed.
Yeah.
Did the love
I was
change
young.
or the business change?
Actually, this is before I came to the mindset that this is before I've gotten a little older now, but this was in my younger years, early 20s. Love and everything, you know what I mean? And I felt like she was the one. I'm actually kind of glad that I didn't, because I actually had no idea.
Now?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We would not be.
Because of you or her?
Because of both. As the years went on, I realized that I really had not known much about myself, let alone about her. Yeah, I mean, she didn't know much about me, and we hadn't even become fully fledged adults either. So there's a lot that would have transpired in the years past. I mean, I don't think that would have been ready. But marriage, I'm not opposed to marriage, Spunk.
You sound very
I'm not opposed to marriage at all. I'm opposed to people getting married for the wrong reasons.
You're opposed to people getting married.
I'm opposed to people getting married solely for love. Let's get that right. Solely for love. If you get married just because you love a person, that's not enough for me. That's okay for some people.
So what about this one? What about you love someone and you want to spend the rest of your life with them?
Is that not the same thing?
No.
That's why you get married. I assume that was the reason. Okay. I assume that was the reason why I assume that was the same thing as the first thing. Like, I assumed that when you said because you love a person, I assume that to marry him is because you want to live the rest of your life with him. That's why you ask somebody to marry him. So that's under the assumption. That's why I didn't even think that would be two different things you were talking about. So yeah, either way, it's still the same thing for me, because that thought process it can be impulsive. You know what I mean? You can want to spend the rest of your life with this person, and then in 20 years or 10 years or 5-6 months, you know what I mean, you feel a different way. That can happen. I've seen it happen. It happens in 1 and 2 relationships. And when divorce rates are not because people fall out of love, because of so many other factors that aren't love, like finance. That'd be number one. That'd be the number one to cause 50% of relationship problems. You know what I mean? And for you to enter into a legal binding union that's so convoluted, like, it ain't easy to you can't just walk away from a marriage. You know what I mean? So I think that should be a fully thought out process, and it shouldn't be dependent on something as whimsical as being in love with somebody. I think
that's crazy.
That's crazy. Is it? Because you're supposed to think about it first.
No, you are supposed to think about it first. And that's
how many times you been in love, Diamond?
I would say in love, probably 5 times.
How many of them did you marry? How many of them did you propose to?
Okay, so here's the thing. When I was engaged, we didn't have like a proposal. It was like
okay, so how many have you been engaged to?
I've only been engaged once.
You've been engaged once?
Yeah, but it was like a y'all
had like an understanding.
It was like a mutual thing.
Like, we gonna do this.
Yeah, it was
okay.
like that.
So 2 of them.
No, 1. It was just that one.
Oh, just that one.
Time. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Spunk?
What about me?
How many times you been engaged?
I've never been engaged.
Been proposed to?
No, I've had marriage talked about.
Okay.
That's about it.
How many times you been in love?
3.
3. Would you have married all 3?
Yes.
Would you still be married to all 3?
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah.
So why didn't you?
Because that's not the way our cookies crumbled.
That's not the way the cookies crumbled. Would you propose
Some
to a
people
man?
are not meant to be in your life for that reason.
They
And you can
aren't.
still love
You're right.
them. And
you
you can still
can.
love
And you
them.
can
You
still
can.
have loved them.
You
and
can,
everything's
but
not meant
at
to get to that point.
Yeah, but at that point
If that
in
was
time,
the case, you know how
if
many
you in-
marriages we would all go through?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do.
Okay,
That's
again,
it's
everything
also
is
why
not
so
meant to
many
that
marriages go through that.
It's because everything's not meant to that point doesn't mean it's not okay if something does get to that point to follow it through. If it is for love, because some people do actually value love in terms of the sense of finding a home in their other person. So that's where they want to be for the rest of their life, period. So that's why they want to get married. Because as long as they're with that person, they're okay. Some people are each other's rock. That happens a lot. I know you kind of have this like skewed, jaded view of love and everything, but like it's still possible for it to be real.
Is it jaded? Is it jaded or is it realistic?
It's kind of bitter.
Is it bitter if I say that I would like to think about
It's
getting?
kind of bitter.
Is it really? If I say
you sound like a bitter,
I sound
jaded
bitter
man.
by saying think about getting married before you get
No,
married.
you
because
sound
the
bitter by
divorce
saying
rate
that
is
love
50%.
shouldn't be what you think about when
I
you
said
get
love
married.
should not be the only thing. Thank you. I say it again. The only thing. Love cannot be the only thing that you think about when you get married. I've said that at least 5 times on this show, so you don't have to say it again. Love is not the only thing you should think about. So if that's why you thought I was being jaded, you would be wrong because I was misquoted.
Well, multiple people in the room feel like you're kind of
I can
bitter,
understand what if that's what you thought, then sure. And if he thought so too, but let me clarify. I don't feel like I'm jaded because all I said was you should think about it. I'm a believer in this. I'm a believer in marriage. I love marriage. I want it more than I thought I did. I really want to be married. My thing is I think that it should be a fully thought out process. Yes, sir. Go for it.
So you high on the business part of the relationship. So let's say that you're married to somebody you don't love. Y'all got all the money in the world, but you don't love this person. Oh wait, you can't stand this person.
I wouldn't get married to that person.
But the business is right.
Then I would, but the love ain't right.
Money's gonna make that marriage.
But the
good.
love ain't right. I didn't say you get married for the money. I said the money should be right.
2 people that love each other can live in poverty, be
they
broke,
can
and be fucking happy.
They can.
That's the point I was just making.
But it don't work the other way though.
It don't.
So
but
that means that so that means that it's got to be based on the love because
it's the foundation.
The foundation is love. Whether we broke or whether we got money, if
For
the love is there, it doesn't fucking matter.
Okay, so remember, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. So let's bring it back. The initial scenario was if you're already in love, right, and you've been together, and then you get married. If you've been together for like 10 years, that's what you said, and then you get married, is it okay to do it that way? My thing was there would be if it's not completely necessary, it doesn't validate, but it is nice to have. It is nice. It is.
Because 9 times out of 10, if she stuck with you for 9-10 years, right? That's a special fucking woman, okay? Because first, most women not gonna hang around that long. So if she stuck around this long, you realize there ain't nobody else out there I want to be with. She knows me better than anybody else. I know her better than anybody else. The marriage part ain't for the guy in this instance.
Right.
The marriage part is for her. So if she been with you that long, she deserves for you to take that step to make her happy because she really wants that part.
If that's what she wants.
Y'all been together for 10
she deserves
years.
that.
She does. You owe her that.
You owe her that.
It's like yeah, it's like taking an L almost.
It's like taking an L.
It's like
almost.
I'm just trying to find another example. It's doing something for her that she
it is
like.
Okay.
Because essentially y'all been married for 10 years. Y'all been living together.
Right.
Y'all been paying bills together. You've been doing all of the business.
Right.
You know who she is. She can't hide 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, so
my thing is like if you so you're in that situation, that would be an upgrade for you though, right? If you combining you two's like everything together, yeah, I mean you want to at 10 years you probably thought it all the way out.
Absolutely.
That's my thing. At 10 years, that's okay to do. At 10 years, that's okay. You in love, you've been together, whatever. You've already been paying bills and operating as a married couple. My thing was, it's not necessary to add a marriage to that for them to validate that they are in love and in a relationship. Their relationship still will stand 10 years from now if they never get that ring, because that relationship was real. Now,
Maybe.
that's if
I don't know
that's
if
the
another
marriage
10 years though, without, because now she's gonna be starting feeling different.
That's assuming that he's not. I'm saying best case scenario, y'all relationship rocks. Your relationship rocks year in, year out. Nothing's changing from that point. It's level. The marriage is not going to change that, other than to add on another layer to it. Other than that, but at 2-3 years, whatever, 1 year, yeah, I mean, it can't just be. A lot of people don't be knowing people, yeah, I mean, and at the rate,
which is why we had a divorce.
Exactly, at the rate that the divorce, it has to be more factors than just love. That's all I'm saying. I'm not jaded about love. I feel like
a lot of people actually get married for the sake of weddings and just getting married.
They do.
But that doesn't have anything to do with marrying for love. That's just a lot of people being misguided on what they feel they should do at a certain age.
That's another set of factors, though. It's not just love, but yeah, it's another set of factors. I agree.
What?
It is. And the last thing I'm gonna close out with this is it's a lot of you ladies out there just giving just to get, and we know. You give to get, and we know this. These girls who they give a little bit to get a little back. Like, I'm gonna only do this, that, and the third because I want a man, rather than because I want this person or I want them to act right. So I'm a pretend a little bit, but you're not really in it other than to get your own gratification. And guys can read that shit from a mile away. They know you only doing this shit because you want the relationship. You want the marriage and you want the kids, blah, blah, blah. But you're not in it for the partnership. And guys read that shit from a mile away. If you can't tiptoe into this shit, like if you're going to be in a relationship with a person, trying to hide little things from them, like I only do this certain thing for this, that, like, yo, like, stop tiptoeing. Stop tiptoeing. If you're gonna go in, go in. If you don't like them, then leave. But don't just sit there. Because guys, we not sitting, we searching. We go out and choose. An ugly motherfucker in the club, the ugliest nigga in the club will go at the baddest chick in the club every Saturday. But the ugliest chick in the club is not gonna go at the flyest cat in the club any Saturday. And that's just how it works. Like I said in the beginning, men choose, women settle. And we gotta change that mentality.
Well, I've always been a little different. I'm mediocre, but I go after whoever I want.
Hey now.
It works for me. And maybe because I'm bold. But anyway, that concludes that rousing conversation about love and misconceptions and Tony's rant.
Yeah.
Tell them where they can find you on social media.
You can find me on Instagram at 8th Wonderloo. That's the number 8 TH Wonder LU. Twitter, Show Enough True Indeed. Facebook, runtelevision.com. Go to runtelevision.com. That's how you find me. Runtelevision.com. RUN television.com. That's how you find me.
And you can find me, Spunky Brewster, on Twitter, even though I don't be on there no more like that. Instagram and Facebook. You've
been telling people you ain't been on Twitter for like 3 months.
I know. I still want them to follow me. You
gotta stop throwing that out there.
I'm gonna still let them know where I'm at. Once I get some space on my phone, I'll re-download the app. It's Spunky with 2 I's, Brewster, like Punky Brewster. Yeah, we shall see you again soon. It's been the Cool Kids Radio Show.